Next up on our itinerary is food. That's not a location. Yeonse has a lot of food places. Hello. You have the store and the cafe in the library, 2 cafeterias in the student union building, which also has a convenience store, along with a bunch of other stores like 2 hair salons, a post, and a bank. If you make your way down to the commons area, you have even more places to eat. Yeah, I love my homies. Yeah, they pull up for me. Yeah, they pull up for me. The money I can do whatever yellows and moppy want me to do. 일단 내일은 다 밀어줘. 친구들이 좋아. The commons is also where the school store is, along with this international global lounge kind of thing. Very neat. You also have this dining hall in one of the theology buildings, another dining hall in one of the other theology buildings, and once you just go out the front gate next to the hospital and medical wing, you have even more places to eat. Okay, so looks like I lost all the footage of all the food courts and places to eat literally right outside my dorms, plus an entire street full of just enough places to eat that it might as well be like a mini college town. While I don't have the footage, I'll just list a name of all the places to eat here. But the real college town would undoubtedly be Yeonse Road, which is an actual, like a legit tourist spot. Not that it's very helpful, but Yeonse Road is basically just a smaller Hongdae. That's not helpful at all. But both Yeonse Street and Hongdae Street are these very hip, touristy kinds of places with a lot of places to eat, a lot of places to shop, and a lot of like fun little things like arcades, PCbangs. But yeah, back to the video. So yeah, there are a lot of places to eat here. And the prices are all incredibly reasonable. There are rarely any menu items that are above $10. And on average, I'd say everything is between 4 to 7. Compared to Cornell, where the average price could range from $6 on the low side to upwards of $20 on the high side. Food is very cheap here. However, I will say everything is matched to the Korean taste palette. So if you're not used to Koreanized food, you might have a hard time adjusting at first. Oh wow, look at that. We have managed to make it back to my dorm room. How cool is it? I'm fucking exhausted from all that walking. So let me complain to you about how shitty my room is. This is a doubles room at the SK Global House, which is one of 2 international dorms on campus. The room has 1 toilet room and 1 shower room, 2 beds, 2 dinky little closets, and 2 desks. But everything here is just really bad. It's really bad. The shower head faces the door of the cubicle, so water seeps through the bottom and covers the entire bathroom floor. So I had to push the water back in with my feet, back into the shower, because that's where the only door... The chairs only have wheels on the front, 2 legs, so whenever I get up from my desk and push the chair back, it makes a stupidly loud noise. And oh my gosh, was it... That's a voice crack. Oh my gosh, was this place the grimiest place I ever paid to live in. I spent more than 4 days wiping down every surface and mopping the floor at least 3 times. I even tried cleaning the ceiling, but I ended up giving up right about there. The number of toenails that I found while cleaning this room. But at least there's 18 outlets, and the place has heated floors. And I got this big window with the balcony. And I don't have a roommate, so I guess it's alright. I guess. So let me tell you about the rest of the building. I think one of the more crazy things is that the floors are segregated by sex, and you can apparently get evicted for just being on the floor of the opposite sex. And I guess extra evicted if you're in the room of someone of the opposite sex. Actually, the International House, the other foreign exchange dorm, is an all-girls dorm directly connected to the female floors of the SK House. We even have 2 separate laundry rooms for female and males. And to wash and dry your laundry, you need to pay roughly 90 cents per cycle. These are the dryers and the washers. And to pay for it, you use this laundry card, which you can refill over there, and you can even buy detergent over here. And next to the laundry rooms, we have the computer lab, singular. And next to that, we have the trash place, where you separate your trash by type. No food waste though. Heading down to the basement, we have a communal kitchen with 7 microwaves, 8 sinks, and 11 fridges, but no ovens, unfortunately. We also have 2 music practice rooms with pianos, open between 6 a.m. and 12 o'clock midnight, but you also have to reserve the room before you can use it. We even have a gym, also open between 6 a.m. and midnight, with fairly standard equipment. And every floor has this water dispensing thingy with both cold and hot water. Very convenient for instant noodles. To get into the dorms, you need to scan a key card, and this key card is also used to get into your room. Speaking of cards, let me finally tell you about the other functions of your ID card, like I said I would fucking 20 minutes ago. So, I ended up deleting that footage too, but I'll just tell you about them now. It's not a big deal. But aside from using it at the library, you also have to scan the card before every class to check attendance. Supposedly. My entire semester was online, so I can't speak from experience, but that's what it says in this handy little study abroad exchange program booklet that I got. But you can also use it as an on-campus shuttle transit card for like on-campus buses, and you can even use it as a public transit card to get around all of Seoul. Oh shit. You can even use it as a debit card as long as you activate it at the bank in the Student Union building. Pretty nifty. One thing I realized I didn't do a very good job of explaining was how the virus affected school life. Which it definitely did. But if you remember back in February to March-ish, Korea was the second most critically hit country in the world, right after China. And just about all the other students who were partaking in the study abroad program that I was, but from different schools, they all had to go back. Cornell was pretty chill about it though. In hindsight, that was very lucky because going back to the States at that time would have been pretty bad. Initially, Yeonse said that they'd only do the first 2 weeks online and then they'd move offline if things got better, but things did not get better. Eventually, they just moved the entire semester online. Places like the library and cafeterias were open, but they closed a lot earlier than usual. And from what I understood, most of the student organizations were either not allowed to meet or could only meet a handful of times. For instance, there was this one club that I was supposed to be a part of. It was this club for foreign exchange students to kind of meet with other foreign exchange students as well as Yeonse students to kind of get to know each other and stuff. There was like this big main body, and then they broke us off into like smaller groups. It was very much similar to big and little systems that you have at like American frats, I think. I don't know. I'm not really good at this. But the big group could only meet twice the entire semester. and I slept through both of them. There's also this very big athletic event that Yonsei holds with Koryo University. It's kind of like this big school rivalry sporting event that's like a week long. I believe it's the only sporting event the entire semester, and that was cancelled due to the coronavirus. We weren't allowed to have any visitors visit us at our dorms. We had to do temperature checks before entering any building. That includes the library, cafeterias, and even our own dormitories. So yeah, the virus changed a lot of things. But even so, we were still allowed to go outside. Many of the fun hotspots like Hongdae and Sinchon were still open. There were a couple of businesses that were closed, but the majority of them were still left open. All the public transits were still operating, and there was still just a lot to do. Obviously, certain large group gatherings like church and nightclubs were restricted, but on the whole, I think Korea was and still is faring a lot better than most of the world. Anyways, that was a very long and pointless video. Has anyone watched all the way up to this point? What's wrong with you? Not that it matters, nothing matters. What's the point? What is point? This is pointless. Recycle joke. I guess I'll just end this video by showcasing what my average day in the life was like during this semester. Cool, bye!